I'm Nancy Markos. I was the 2002 National Elementary PE Teacher of the Year, and the activities I'm going to show you today deal with using BRICKWORKS. What we're going to do now is we're going to show you how I start out with my students at the beginning of the year with BRICKWORKS with the team building. And Carol and I are going to go over here. And I usually give the students 3 bricks, and I tell them either 2 white and 1 black so that they have a pattern they can set up. And as soon as the students, and this is for 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, as soon as they get them, they start doing this type of thing, which is okay. The first challenge I give them, and I said, all right, make a pattern with your bricks, and I want you to walk across the floor. So that's very simple. They start walking across the floor, no problems. You'll still probably have some banging of the bricks, but that's okay. Now, when we get here, I tell them, all right, let's try it using a different body part besides your hands. So I'm trying to get some critical thinking going here and problem solving. So go ahead, Carol, figure out what you want to do. And then you have the same pattern, and then you go across the floor. And of course, they start to get a little silly, but that's okay. All right, once they get over here, I tell them, I say, all right, now it's time to get a partner. So Carol and I are partners. The activity, you must have all the bricks touching. So what doesn't matter, all the bricks must touch. So ours are touching, and sometimes you have them 6 in a row, but whatever. Then I say, all right, once you're there, you and your partner walk across the floor. And this is usually pretty easy and not a problem, but you will find sometimes the children will lose it and drop some of the bricks. And now the next challenge is change how they're touching. So we have to put them a different way. And now we're going to go across without using our hands. So we have to figure out. All right, so we're going to use, I have my upper arm, Carol's got kind of her elbow. And with elementary, you know what starts to happen. They start to pop and fall apart and that type of thing. But it's just the idea that I keep emphasizing. How did you make that work? My partner and I had to work together. We had to communicate. So you're working on that from day one to build your school year. And as people who teach elementary, they know that you just can't do it the first week of school. You have to keep revisiting it all year. The next progression would be groups of 4. Since there's only 2 of us, we can't do that. And then we would try the same thing. Then the next strategy, what we do is we build a structure. And everyone, and I usually put them in groups of 6. Everyone has their bricks. They're responsible for putting their bricks into the structure. The goal is to get the tallest structure and step back for the 10-second rule. And if your structure stays up high, it's the tallest, it stays up for 10 seconds, it's a go. So Carol and I have a structure that's partially built over here, and we're going to add to it. Again, each student places their own brick. So from here, I'll put one on. Ooh, nice, Carol.
Thanks, Nancy.
And we're trying to keep it going.
Do that. Let me try that.
That's good. All right, then we back away. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It stayed. Then I would look around and we would measure, and then we would talk about what kind of base do you need to maintain it, and depending on how many bricks you have. So you can integrate the base of support and working together and having this whole thing work. After we've done those team building activities, again, reinforcing what you need to do to have a good team. Everyone needs to cooperate, everyone needs to work together. From here, and my students love this, this is our little driving obstacle course. So you have a partner, and the partner puts on a blindfold, and make sure they put them on right. You know, the children, they'll put them on upside down, and then they can see where they're going. Sometimes they flip up the little flaps. Now Carol's going to put up her hands, because those are the bumpers. Carol is the car. I am the driver. So I put my hands on top of Carol. So this is a trust activity. And we're going to walk forward. And I'm going to turn Carol the way I want, because we don't want to have an accident, because then our car insurance will go up. So we do this. And Carol's such a good car. We haven't run out of gas. And when we're doing this, all right, Carol, stop for a second. When we're doing this and there is a possibility of a crash, because you know some of your students that get out of control, they're allowed to just say stop because we don't want any accidents going on. All right, now from here, because we're so good, we would switch. I would be the car and Carol would be the driver.
Oops. Oops. The driver just had an accident.
Okay, put up my bumpers. Make sure you put up the bumpers. Make sure the little flaps are down because the kids will pee. Again, I set the bricks up all around the gym. In my whole gym, I have a full gym, and get all the kids going, and you'll hear the laughter, you'll hear, hear all kinds of things happening. What made that work? Well, Carol was a good driver, took care of me, and I could tell because she had her her hands on my shoulders. Now the next extension from this is Carol will be the car, she will put up her bumpers, and I only verbally tell her what to do. All right, turn one step to the left. All right, forward 3 steps. Stop. Okay, take a half step to the left. And forward. Good work. Stop. Take a step to the right. Forward. Stop. Take a half step to the right. Forward. Stop. Take a step to the left. Forward. And stop. Good job. So that's how we do it. You're finished. You're home safe.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah. But you talk to the person. But again, if there's going to be an accident, tell your students, you know how they can be on the elementary level, tell them to say stop, put the hands on the shoulder so no one gets hurt.